Hi everyone, something a bit different today. I thought we'd talk about how to get into exercise if you haven't exercised in a while, or maybe you've never exercised before. So maybe you've had a baby or work commitments have taken over and you haven't had so much time to exercise, or maybe you've never exercised before in your life and you really want to find a way to motivate yourself to get into it. Any of these situations, hopefully these tips will be helpful. Now, momentous occasion, I joined a gym a couple of months ago, which is kind of what sparked off the idea for a whole new set of videos on health and healthy eating and fitness. So we'll see how I go with those. But so far it's going very, very well, and I've been to loads of different classes and tried new things, and I'm really enjoying it. And so I suppose my first pointer wouldn't be to join a gym, but it would be to take up some kind of class, because I do think that if there are other people exercising around you and if you have some kind of instructor to keep you going, it's so much easier to actually do the exercise. So if you just kind of turn up at the gym and go up and do weights, it's fine if you're really disciplined, but a lot of people aren't and I'm not. But if I have to go at a certain time and I know there's going to be people there and I have to stay for the full 45 minutes or a full hour, then I find it so much more easy to stick at it. And I really do look forward to going when it's a class. It's kind of a social thing, even though I don't really talk to anybody. I like the fact that there are other people in the same boat as me doing the same thing, and it just feels a lot more inclusive. So I would say you don't have to have a gym membership. You know, loads of places have local running clubs or boot camp type things. Just have a little look on the internet, see what's around, and I think it's really worthwhile as a way of getting back into feeling motivated and excited about doing something about your fitness. Now, the second tip kind of ties in with the first one in that classes are really good for this as well, and that is to keep everything really exciting and fresh. So if you do the same thing over and over and over again, it's fine if you love it, but sometimes it can get a bit stale and boring, and if it's the kind of thing that you've done before and given up on, it makes sense in a way to do something new. So say you've always done yoga, you might want to try Pilates, or say you've always done jogging at home, you might want to try a spinning class. Just change it up a little bit, and there's loads of things. If you go to a gym or your local leisure centre, there's loads of things, from kind of dancing to aerobics to things you can do in the pool. So I've been trying to try out new classes at the gym, and I went to one the other week. I think it might have been called Body Balance, where it's Pilates moves to music. And I was really quite nervous about it, but I booked it anyway, and I thought if I book it, I'll turn up. And when I went, I did feel really self-conscious. And you know what? I couldn't do any of the moves. I certainly couldn't do them fast enough to keep up with everyone else. But I really want to go back again, and it was new and it was something fresh. And I think that it's really nice to have new things to keep your interest going, and just to make it feel that it's not something on your to-do list. You know, it's something that's fun, that you look forward to doing. Which actually ties into my third point, which is to make fitness and exercise something that's just part of your life, rather than seeing it as something that's got to be done. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is, if you prescribe yourself this twice or 3 times a week where you have to do a class or you have to do some exercise, it does become just one more thing on your list of things that you have to get done. Whereas if you think of it as just a constant, enjoyable part of your life, that you want to do some exercise and you want to get fresh air, or you want to socialise and go to a class, then I think it becomes a lot easier to motivate yourself to do it. Point 4, which I think is so important, is to set yourself realistic targets. Now, I find myself getting a little bit annoyed at this modern attitude to health and fitness, because it sometimes seems, when you read the magazines and stuff, that whatever you're doing is not enough, it's not healthy enough. So, you know, even if you're eating a balanced diet, you're not eating that new superfood that you have to get from Whole Foods, therefore you're not healthy enough. Or, you know, you might be going jogging, but you're not doing the right type of weight-bearing exercise, and so what you're doing is not exercise enough. And I do think that for a lot of people it can be really overwhelming and really daunting and just totally off-putting, because you see other people all the time talking about what they're doing, and it just seems to be like so much more than you could ever manage, or so much more than you really want to do. So I think set yourself your own realistic targets. What will you be happy with? And I think if you set the bar too high and then you fail, it can be a really quick way to just discourage yourself from doing anything at all in terms of exercise. And so it has to be something that is manageable for you. And obviously you can keep on increasing those targets, but just don't go straight in with some kind of crazy target that you have to meet. Because if you're anything like me, it won't work, I think. You know, just gradually increase it and just be sensible about what you can achieve. That, by the way, was not supposed to sound negative at all. I suppose what I'm trying to say is that for some people, setting massive goals really works in terms of exercise, and for other people, like me especially, I can find it a little bit daunting if the goal is set too high, so I prefer to work up to things and keep going gradually. The last thing is to find a type of exercise, and this point is a bit of an amalgamation of all the others, I suppose. Find an exercise that suits you and your lifestyle. So, you know, if you've got young children and you literally cannot get out of the house, you can't get a moment, then try something like I used to do this when I was really, really busy and just couldn't leave the house. This is Gillian Michaels' 30-day shred. It's quite hardcore on your knees, so just be careful, because I really hurt my knees with it because I didn't do it properly, basically. And the cons are that there's nobody there taking you through it, but it is really good for getting you moving. So, and there are loads and loads of different DVDs and things that you can do at home, and YouTube things that you can subscribe to as well, so have a look at those. This is my next challenge, and I'm going to be doing another video about this, and I'm going to end this video soon because it's going to be so long. Basically, I've wanted to run for ages, and I find it a bit of a scary prospect because I see runners and I think, oh, they're so professional and I'll never be able to do it, and my ankles hurt and my knees hurt, and what trainers should I get? And I've been reading this book, and it's really, really good and really funny. It's called Running Like a Girl by Alexandra Hemingsley. I'll put a link to this below in the info as well. It's just really making me want to start running, but I want to read a bit more of it first. Procrastination, putting it off. Anyway, hope that video has been helpful. It was only supposed to be a casual little chat. I'm going to be doing loads more on exercise and fitness and health and things like that. I've got loads of recipes to share with you, so I'm going to endeavour to get all of those down on film for you pretty soon. So make sure you like and subscribe. I've got a gym beauty video going up on Friday or Saturday, so keep a lookout for that too, and I shall see you next time.